Hi everybody, lovely to see you. Let's get this zoomed in a little bit more. Maybe not that much. Anyway, welcome, great to see you all. And so it's Wednesday, so traditionally I try and do a bit of a stamped one sheet wonder. I know I do it at other points, but I've still got on my desk that work that I was doing yesterday, and I'll tell you what, there's one thing that I've already done that has made quite a bit of difference. So for those of you who didn't see this, this is what I did in last night's video. I stamped in black the butterflies over that kind of, it all kind of like went mushy and a bit weird. Anyway, as soon as I did that, I thought it looked much better. Anyway, just saying, that's what I've done with that one. This one also, I've done some extra white lines where the stems and the leaves would be, and again I'm really happy, much happier than I was yesterday. There's just something that was missing yesterday, so which I'm looking at this thinking this could do with some white in it as well. Let's just do a few little white dots there, that will help lift that up a bit as well. Anyway, just goes to show, keep going, keep stamping. That's what we're all about. Keep experimenting, you know, and you know, take note of what you like and why it works, and hopefully apply it to the next time you do something. So I have got on my desk Christmas season, because and artistically inked, because I've not used artistically inked with something else just yet, nor have I really properly played with Eden's Garden, so I thought I would do that. Now before I go any further, I am talking to you and it's the 13th of October. This stamp set is going to be available for customers on the 2nd of November with the accompanying dies, if you want to buy them as a bundle, and some beautiful papers. I didn't get the papers, but from what I can see, they are very, very nice. Lots of green, but with some gold in it. So great for Christmas as well. So although it's a bit of a kind of sneaky peek, the papers are only while stocks last. They're not going to be in the mini catalogue next year, but the stamp set and the dies will be. Right, and then the other thing I wanted to perhaps do a bit of was to take those colours that I used yesterday and kind of play with that really kind of bright, funky colour scheme and see where that takes us. So I'm wondering whether to do a little bit of kind of ink pad dragging, which I quite enjoy doing from time to time, which just gets those colours onto the page, and then stamp some with some black butterflies or whatever I fancy when I get to it, and see what happens. All right, so that's kind of my plan of where I want to go with this. I don't really have a plan for the design so much. It'll just be as it flows. No worries, Katrin. Sleep well. I'm sorry I'm late tonight. Wednesday's our church meeting, so I'm always home a bit later, and then, you know, getting the kids off to bed and that kind of stuff. So hi Valerie, Janine, Karen, Roberta, Elizabeth, Phoebe, Christine, Katrin, Janine, Ruthie, Heidi. Oh, Heidi, good morning, Heidi. Patty, who else is here? Glenna, hello Miss Glenna. Navarana. Oh, Navarana, did you catch yesterday's? I can see you've been making more stuff as well. All right, so I'm just trying to get some colour onto my page. I don't mind that it's kind of fairly random and smooshy. Just about getting some colour on there. So that was Daffodil Delight. It will dry a bit lighter. It will dry a bit lighter. So now I'm just trying to fill in some of the gaps that don't have any colour on them whatsoever. Should I do one down like that? Oh, this is fun. Don't overthink it. Okay, and I'm wondering to do a bit of granny apple green in there as well. Oh, that's quite dark. But that's all right. Oh, now I must leave space for pink because I want pink in here, don't I? Though this is pretty bright. I don't know where else I'm going to... I've got to remember to leave space for stuff, haven't I? Okay, let's do some stamping and then maybe we'll find some space for the pink. Goodness me. See, this is what happens. Sometimes the inks just take over and, you know, I had an idea for one thing and then now I'm like, oh, I've covered my page now. Oops. Oh, well. There's always another piece of paper, isn't there, guys? What do I always say to you? There's always another piece of paper. So, let's get a few leaves in here. Don't know where they're going to... Hopefully they're going to show up a bit. Okay. Oh, I want to use this gorgeous stamp here. I think this is probably a bit too big now to be put stamp in, or is it? I could do that in polished pink, couldn't I? And then stamp that in. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. What about I do that in polished, and then I want like a melon mambo or something to be nice and bright. Hi, Shirley. Oh, just stuck my fingers in it. I was watching Janice earlier today. Guys, if you didn't see Janice's video from earlier, I did share it on my YouTube. She was getting messy with some brushes and doing a kind of aurora borealis type effect, like northern lights. Not aurora borealis, something else. There's another name for it. Anyway, northern lights effect using some lovely papers that are in the mini catalogue. And I had to giggle when she was going, oh, have I got ink? She had ink everywhere, all over her hands. Mark of a good craft session, isn't it, Janice, when you get stuff everywhere. So yeah, look fab. Okay, so I'm going to make use of the fact that I've got this nice sort of paler space here. So I'm just going to pop that there because that's going to show up a little bit better. So sometimes it's great to just see, you know, where it takes you. You know, don't worry about being too prescriptive. So obviously this is a little bit darker, this section up here, so it's not really going to show the pink up too well, so I'm kind of avoiding those sections. And then right that there. Oh, thank you, Cindy, thanks for popping in. Right, so this is Melon Mambo, so this is quite a deep colour. You can see that I've recently re-inked it, so I'm just going to spread that ink around a bit. Let's clean that off. Hi, Kelly. Oh, Glenna, if you guys start going down that route of trying to type everybody's names out, you're going to be here all day, my lovely. Very noble of you. Okay, so at the moment, I don't really see much difference between the Melon Mambo and the polished pink, but then it's partly because there is a colour going on underneath it. If I'd stamped this on white, you would see a difference. But anyway, I'm hoping that as the colour, you know, sets in, it'll darken up. Now I am thinking though, to make that centre even more pronounced, I'm actually going to stamp, there's this sort of circular blob here which I'm going to use. Oh, Heidi's at it as well now. She's naming everybody. Hi Anne, you're making a beef and veggie soup. Well, funny you say that. I made a beef stew this afternoon. So all right, just trying to make that center a wee bit darker. So. Right. Okay, so now I've got these random leaves in places, so I think I need to stamp something else there. I just need to stamp some of these flowers. If I just do a little cluster of these, oh, they almost look like berries, don't they? Okay, I'm just going with the flow, guys. See what happens. See if this will show up on here. Oh, it does. Okay. Can everyone see okay? Yep. Thanks, Georgiana. Hi, Minda. Hi, Brenda Hightower. Welcome. Oh, funny. Yeah, Navarana. Yeah, it's funny when you see the chat, but you can't actually chat. Yeah. All right. Oh, maybe a few up here. Right, I'm going to get Bermuda Bay out because I want to start putting in some lovely kind of foliagey bits, especially these ones from Eden's Garden. And because they are a distinctive stamp, I'm going to have to kind of go quite dark. So we're going to see what Bermuda Bay looks like with this. But it might be that I need to go for something even darker, but we'll see. But I am planning to get some black out in a minute. Yeah, you see how it kind of shows up, but kind of doesn't. Because it's got a lot of texture on it. But anyway, we'll get this pattern on and it's a nice background. Some sweeping out of there. Right, let's see what else we've got. So I've got this lovely one here, but I'm thinking of stepping it up a notch now and maybe going for something darker. Maybe go for a darker blue. And let's get some Pacific Point. Haha, Phoebe, great minds think alike, huh? Oh, and dottage. Great pattern for a Hawaiian muumuu. Is that a shirt? A muumuu? Oh, a loose dress. Muumuu is a gown. Ah. I'm going to have to look that up. Is it almost like a kaftan? Is it like a loose fitting kind of thing? I presume it would be because it can be quite warm, so you wouldn't want anything too tight. Okay, I'm going to stop there. So let's have a think. The other to stop there actually, and then bring in some black and some butterflies now. Where did I? Oh, butterflies. Oh, here they are. Now I could do random stamping, but I'm thinking I might just do them all going up in the same direction, so that if I cut these, I've got the butterflies doing the same thing. Hey, we could do that, yeah. We could do a Zoom thing and just say, right, we're only using the brights. And we all wear bright clothes to it. That would be fun. We've already talked about having a Jane Austen themed Zoom. Maybe we should just only stamp in subtles that day. Mommy, Mimi took my Moo. Oh, Moo is shorter in warmer climates. Okay, so I'm taking care to ink this up. Now the ink on these stamp pads, the Tuxedo Black, the Memento, these are not made by Stampin' Up, these are made by Memento. And so the pad is slightly different. So you ink it up in a slightly different way. The Stampin' Up ones, you kind of just do the whole tapping business. But with these, I tend to give them a bit of a rub to make sure it's completely saturated with the black ink. And then I do a bit of the tapping. Okay, make sure it's on there. So find a space for my butterfly and give it a few seconds to let the ink soak in. Oh, that's interesting. So Moo is actually a way in which Papua New Guineans cook. Oh, wow. So obviously there's similar sounding words around the world for different things. Okay, so it shows up-ish, but not as well as if perhaps I'd used embossing powder. Am I going to have to break out the embossing powder? The only problem is I'm going to have to wait for this to dry. I know what, let's get the heat gun out. I'm going to clean this off, and I think I'm going to get some embossing powder for this process, because to me that black isn't quite showing up as well as I want it to. So let's just get my heat tool. So the reason for this is just to dry off any ink. I know it's probably pretty dry, but right, where are you? First the mark ink. Sure, I had you on my desk yesterday. Oh, there you are. Okay. Phoebe says, I'm all about the theme party. Excellent. Okay, so that was a few of the medium-sized ones. I think it'd be nice to do some small ones as well. Hi, Vanessa. Okay, now this is a bit tricky because I've got to figure out where I just stamped. Don't think I did one here. Don't think I did one there. Oh well, I'll put the powder on, and then that will soon tell me where I've been already, won't it? So I'm going to get the black embossing powder out. And scrap bit of paper. I'm just giving it a tap, make sure it's all off, and I'm also going to grab a brush just to take off any of the excess. So got a few little strands stuck to some of the ink that hadn't dried yet. So here, look, there's quite a bit around here. Surprising, isn't it? Because even though the ink seemed pretty touch dry, there's obviously still a tiny bit of dampness there. Okay. Right, I carefully put this back. Oh, black dottage. I might just try doing that with the ink pad, I think, rather than embossing it. But yes, that's going to make it shine, or make it show up even better. I would agree with that. Did I see you switch from linen to foam house because of photopolymer? I don't know the answer to that one, Melissa. Yeah, I don't know. I think in the craft industry I have noticed a shift anyway. So, yeah. That's an interesting question. I've not asked that question before. Sorry, concentrating. I've gone quiet because I'm concentrating. Okay, so I was just brushing some of the powder off here because I'd stamped that earlier with the black ink. It wanted to, it's like wanting to stick to it, and I don't actually want it to stick to it. So I'm going to move that off. Right. Okay, so black dottage. I know you guys are desperate for some black dottage. I'm also interested in putting some other black elements on here as well. So I'm wondering whether to go in with some of these leaves. They are quite big though, so I think I'm only going to put them in very specific areas. So I'm planning to cut this up into 4 kind of cards. So just thinking, where else do I need some contrast with the black? So actually I want to, it might be easier for me to cut it up sooner, because then I can add more. But anyway, I'll do this for now, and then I might cut it up. Yeah, if you've got the stamp set, oh, the Woods one, Winter, oh no, not Winter Woods, that big tree stamp set that we had the other year, that's got some skeleton leaf stamps in it, hasn't it? That would look fab. Okay, so I'm cutting this in half, minus a bit. That's 10. What's this? Cut a little bit off here as well. Sorry, I moved it over because I wanted that middle butterfly half in each of the camps, as it were. So that's why I moved it slightly to get it. Actually, I'm not sure if I've done that correct. Just see what that measures. Yeah, it's not quite right. There we go. So I'm going to cut that down to 14.35. So I'm cutting these now because I still want to add that extra bits of black here and there. So it's really bizarre actually, because the outcome of these cards are still very much influenced by that pin that I saw yesterday, but just approached from a slightly different way, obviously using different paper. This is just the Stampin' Up's, this is Whisper White, sorry, Basic White cardstock that they carry, and yesterday's was using the Shimmer White and using a kind of watercolour effect. So it's interesting, isn't it, that you can have that influence and then end up with sort of 2 very different approaches, but sort of still have the same similar feeling from the results. Okay, I like that. I also want to bring those stitches back on. I really love playing with those. So, sorry guys, this is going to be a bit stamp heavy. Now, what did I use yesterday? I used the zigzag and the little Stitchery, so I think we'll go for something slightly different. What we've got here, blanket stitch. Hi Darrelly, thank you. Right, link that up. I like that because it kind of helps to frame what's going on. Actually, another way to do, do that. I was going to use this in a slightly different way because I want to show you the other way to frame something. And that's obviously by using your ink pad direct to, which I did yesterday, which is quite a fun thing to do. So you can just do ink pad directly on. Now I'm just going to pull downwards a little bit to create a slightly different look. Deliberately using those kind of like brush marks along there. And that just creates this kind of like vignette around it. So by contrast, that one, you can see that this now has a kind of more of a focal point because I've gone around it with the black. So that's quite fun. And let's get these two. These need a bit of love on the edges now. And oh, let's try. I don't think I've tried this one yet. Oh, this one's never been inked. Let's try that one. Oh no, what's Janine done? Oh, 2 weeks ago did it. Oh dear, Janine. Did I know about that? Oh, it's cute. It's a cute little kind of diamond pattern. Right, I'm wondering whether to try and add a bit more grunge with Artistically Inked. There's this fabulous kind of like splodgy pattern. And I'm wondering whether, now, if I use that side, actually that's a bit straighter, that edge. Oh, and again, because it's quite distinctive, it's very pale. Anyway, it is there, it's coming, you just kind of have to grow it. Oops. Grow it gently. So this is a good stamp if you're kind of tentative, if you're like, not sure if I like it, just build it up gently. So I'm a bit braver now, I'm using the other side to it. Get that colour on. Oh, get the black on, as it were. So got these like really cool kind of like splodges kind of coming on. Bye, Karen. See ya. Right. Oh, wonder what would happen. Got the white chalk pen. Just coloured that in. Sit down. Put the lid on that for a sec. Then get a tissue. Maybe give the tissue a bit of a ha-ha. Or maybe there's a ha. Get a bit of moisture on there. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Look, it kind of like shows it up a bit more. Let's try doing that over here. I'm going to try and not get it on the embossing powder, the embossing area this time. Just going to try and stay clear of them because It does stick a little bit to the black if you do it on top of it. I'll just give up, and that's down there. Never mind. Right, I'm just going to dip my finger in my drink just to put a little bit of damp on there. There we go, that's a bit better. Oh, that shows up so lovely, doesn't it? I like that. Ooh, I'm loving this. I do apologise for these looking very similar to yesterday's, but as I said, different approach, very different approach. So this time I want to do a bit more of a vignette effect, but using the leaf stamp. So just clean off the blue off there. Get my little thing. Ooh. That's my alarm telling me to go to bed. Right, so as I said before, because this is a distinctive stamp, it's not a kind of really strong image being transferred, so it's very light there. Just might do another one. Just build it up a bit. Slightly different texture. Right, what have I got that's stronger? Oh, might try this stitching this time. Oh, not use that one either. Oh, there we go. Lots of firsts tonight, guys. I am so determined to make use of these Stitchery stamps, because much as I hope that they will be with us in the annual catalogue next year, I mean, they are going to be with us till May, let's face it, but I have a strange feeling about some stamps, because I think they're of the moment, and I want to get as much use out of these. So with Stampin' Up, I'm using their products now, by the way. If you're interested in owning a catalogue, if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria or the Netherlands, I do have the English versions of the catalogues ready to send out. They are available to view online. That's quite easy to do. Just go to the Stampin' Up website, and there is somewhere on there where it says catalogues, and you can just view the PDF, or you can just view the online shop. Some people like to have a paper copy, which is very understandable. I like having a paper copy. No, I don't know whether to do that down the middle. Yes, and if you'd like to purchase any of the products, please do click the link to my shop and grab the host code. The current host code is on my blog, artfulstampin.co.uk. But if you have any problems, please just email me and I can send it out to you. Oh, now, what would be interesting, I was just about to put some white on here, but I'm wondering what would happen if I get the water paint. You know, you can use a paintbrush, you don't have to necessarily use these water brush things. Hi Cindy, hi Lorraine. It's what they use in theatre as a quick drying cleaning technique. Oh, what have I missed? You love the stitches. Oh, good. Makes you want to buy the set. Oh. Oh, where's my tissue gone? Here it is. Okay. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of water onto here to move some of this colour around. also to remove some of the colour, because by reactivating that ink you can kind of remove bits of it. Just checking to see if it's gone through. But now I'm being careful because I don't want to make the card start to pill. Pilling is what happens when you add too much moisture to the card, and if you kind of aggravate it too much, it will start to like fluff up. So I don't want that to happen. I just want to try and remove some of that colour from the butterfly. So I think we're okay. Might just leave that to dry for a sec, come back to that one. You know what I'm really tempted to do? These look so, this one in particular looks so kind of like Asian to me. I want to add the Chinese symbols from Bamboo Beauty. Got this one here. Oh, and the bamboo would look good. Oh, now that, because these aren't distinctive, are they? These are pretty solid. This will add a whole different kind of look to it. Oh, thanks, Monica. Right, getting these inked up really well. I want this to show up. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I love the kind of contrast of that kind of spiky, more spiky leaf there. Let's have one coming on there. Right, so, oh, still haven't got round to putting the stamps on these. Oh well. Right, make sure I've got to get this the right way up. The hat goes at the top. Okay. Just going to test it out. Right, I think I want one up here. Oh, little things make me happy. I love that. Maybe just one sort of fading into there. Oh, I didn't mean to get it so close, but anyway, it works. Do I want another one? Maybe down here. Ah, that'll do. Right, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so, oh, that's the wet one. Hold on. Where's my other ones gone? Okay, they are. I honestly, I have got like mountains of stuff around me now. I'm in danger of it all falling, toppling down. Oh, now my camera's decided to do weird stuff. Okay, right, so that one I'll put aside for a sec. Bring this one on. Oh, this has got a bit more space for bamboo, so pop that in there. I'm wondering whether just to do a bit of white in the butterflies to this one, just to make it stand out a bit more. I guess the other option is to do what I did yesterday with the white re-inker. Just see if that's on my table anywhere. Did I put it away? Oh no, it's here. Okay, so it's here. So for those of you who didn't see, another option is to use a little blob of white re-inker. Oh, bye Cindy. And put a bit of water with it and mix that up. Not too much water, you want it still to be quite thick. And then I'm just going to paint that in. Now it's interesting, I can see it's mixing slightly with the colours underneath. So you may have to do this a few times. Right, where's my tissue? Oh, a new tissue. Tissue's run out. Oh, that has whitened it. I'll just have another go. And that sit on top for a bit. Let it soak in. Oh, so you're in your craft room sweating. Did I read that correctly, Phoebe? Oh, bless you. How long is it going to take the paint to dry? I'm presuming if it's hot, it won't take too long. So because I'd inked black underneath here, it's mixing and becoming like a lovely grey colour. I'm just going to let it soak in for a bit. Maybe just go over this one again. So this is an interesting option. Another option would be to use bleach. But I don't know what happens to embossing powder if you apply bleach to it. I've not done that before. If anyone's done that, can you let me know in the comments? Just do a few little splatters while I'm here. Now the effect doing these splatters is more the reaction of the water than it is the white ink. You don't tend, because the white ink has become very watery now, you don't really, that initial white, that disappears. That's fine, but I do like, can you see that what's appearing now, these little splatter marks, which is quite fun. But yeah, that's definitely different, isn't it, from, you know, that's, don't compare with that one, but this one, look, you can see that is showing up much better now, isn't it? So while actually I've got this out, I'm just going to do this layer and let that dry while I get on and do a bit more stamping on that one. Right, pop that aside for a sec. Right, so this one I wanted to pop the black symbol. This is a symbol for friendship, apparently, for those of you who are wondering, who don't read Chinese. Oh, bye Brenda. Oh, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming round. Oh, thank you for visiting. I'd say that if you were visiting my house. Thank you for coming round. It just feels so natural to say it. Oh my goodness, I don't think I could have done that, like, if I'd thought about it. It just happened by accident. Okay, right, move that one out, move this one back in. So I'm just going to do another little layer of this. to lighten it all up again. So just a reminder, this is white craft ink re-inker. Now this is a pigment based ink, so it works quite differently from the dye based ones. We do feel like you're clustered together in your studio. Oh. Okay, now this one is slightly more problematic in that I've got this kind of butterfly here, which really should be the focus point, but it's not because of the it's not been embossed. So this one might benefit from me perhaps stamping it on something else and then sticking something on here, but we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Do some splatters. I mean, what we could do is try and make this the focal point. So we could do that by adding more black to the edges. I'm going to have to give these blocks a really good wash later, because the pigment ink is somewhat more sticky than anything else. Just put more black to the edges of this one. Just a little bit down here and a little bit at the edge of this one. But the idea is to kind of focus down in on that butterfly down there. Cheryl says, well, I just got a lesson in perseverance. I would have given up in the beginning. This is lovely. Oh. Oh, because of what I said, but that it didn't kind of look how I wanted it to look. I think I want a little bit of more specific texture here. What have I got? Let's stamp this. So it's, you can barely see it, but I'd hope that when someone looks at it, they'll focus in on this bit and then they'll kind of go, oh, what's going on up here? Might even stamp another butterfly. Anyone who laughs at my jokes is a friend, says Craft. Phoebe, you're funny. Oh, I've got just a little faded butterfly in there now. That's quite nice. Little one there. Did one up there. There we go. Right, so this is perhaps the least successful because of that mistake. Not mistake, but I stamped that black butterfly right at the beginning and then realised doesn't really show up, so that's why I then black and heat embossed all the others. But anyway, just goes to show this doesn't necessarily have to go to waste. You could just put a massive sentiment there or something, just to kind of save this one. But anyway, it's just an excuse also just to play and see what happens. Right, let's see all the others. Got that one. That one. Oh, now this one. What was I doing here? Ah, I used just water on that, didn't I? Right, where's the block I was using that just had the white ink on it? Oh dear, I don't know what's going on. I think what I might do is just put a little bit more white ink on that one. Oh, I cleaned it, didn't I? And you started using it for something else. Right, I'm going to put just a little squeeze. One squeeze of droplet. Okay. Try and keep that very strong and paint that in. Right. There you go. Right, as I said, if you would like to purchase any of the products you've just seen me use, please head to the shop. And if you use the host code, I send you a little voucher for the following month. In the following month, sorry, I send you a thank you card. I was saying to someone the other day that when you place an order with me, I haven't got in the habit of just sending an immediate email to say thank you for placing an order. But what I do is the following month I send you a thank you card. And if you've used the host code, I will also send, blobs. I will send you a voucher as a thank you from me. And that voucher is only to be spent through me. It can't be spent on the Stampin' Up website, if you know what I mean. You have to just contact me and tell me what you would like to use your voucher on. You can collect your vouchers up. That's fine if you would like to save up for something big. And you also, if you support my channel in any way by either PayPaling or doing super chat or being a customer or being in my team, by the way, if you're in my team, you also get a free bonus video every month that I film and make available. And it's exclusive to anybody who donates or supports my channel or my business. So there we go. Right. Hi, Bonnie. There we go. That's a bit better. I think that the white shows up a bit more. I just realised I hadn't done that butterfly. But oh, I haven't done this one either. Oh dear. I'll just put a little bit more white ink. Well, I have to say, I think I found a new love for not just the white chalk pen, but also this white ink. It's fab, isn't it? What you can do with it. I already have a class on using the white ink for stamping and so on, but I feel like I need to design a second class now. Right, so let me know which is your favourite. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That one looks like it needs a bit more on it. Number 3. That's interesting. That one seems to be coming up on top. 2 and 3. Yeah, 4. We'll kind of like that one's all right, but that's not really in the running, I think, because that one's the mistake one. But just going to put a bit of dottage on this one. There we go. A bit of dottage on the side. I love the brightness in some of these sections. I don't want to add too much else. I don't want to spoil that lovely brightness that we've got going on there, so we'll leave it as it is. Take care, Phoebe. Happy cooking. I know, poor Glenn, I should have warned you. The dottage was coming out. So, well, that turned out very differently from what I expected, but I love the results. So I'll bring back yesterday's. So look, still bright and gorgeous and whatever. I think I do prefer the black rather than the white. I'm not saying that, I think I could use the white but go in a slightly different direction, like go in a paler direction, and that would be quite soft and sort of ethereal looking. So I still got the ones that I haven't finished using, but I might try this technique again, but with the white embossing powder. But I think the black just seems to be a fabulous contrast, isn't it? And but yeah, very interesting. I zoomed my face to my laptop, Linny. Yeah. Oh, I love these. I think one of the I'm gonna have to keep one of these, because yeah, I don't often keep my stuff, but occasionally I do, and I think I might want to keep one of these just for me. So there we go. Can you still see the shimmer? Yes, you can, but barely. Well, when I say barely, it is definitely there. Yeah, it's definitely there. So might have to do a class on this, Wendy. What do you think? Yes, that's it, Cindy Alexander. I agree with this colour choice. Yes, and I think if I went in a slightly different direction with the white, it'll just be. You haven't used the shimmer cardstock, have you got it? Thank you, Miss Monica. Right, please, please, please do share this out. I will immediately take a photograph of this and pop it on the YouTube video, and then if you could just like in a few minutes time share that onto Pinterest, that would be awesome. So if you don't know how to share a video onto Pinterest, you literally just click that share arrow, and then on your device it will come up with, if you as long as you've got Pinterest on your device, it will give you an option to share to Pinterest. So please do that, because it means that the link will come directly to this video. So that's really super helpful. Yeah. You guys want a class on this? Okay, right. We'll have to. Well, I'll bear that in mind. Yeah, it'll be the white ink class number 2. Yeah. Fab. And yeah, and please just invite friends that you know who might enjoy this technique to come and watch, because yeah, and as I said, if you want directions as to what to buy, the white ink stamp pad and re-inker, when you purchase it for the first time, they actually come, the pad comes uninked, so you get a bottle of this that you need to sort of fill the pad up with, and I would say you use at least a third of the bottle, if not half, just to do that first kind of initial inking. But then you've got a half a bottle left to re-ink it another day, but also use it like I've used it by putting it on a palette or a block and just using it direct to paper. So this is such a fun thing to do. And of course you can just use whatever ink pads you've got. Yesterday I used re-inkers, but today you saw me just doing ink pads direct to paper. So that was I think all the ones I used today were from the Brights collection. So if you're thinking of starting stamping and thinking what colour should I buy, the Brights collection I would say is quite a good one to get. You get 10% off by buying it as a bundle, so you get all 10 and you get 10% off for buying all 10 together, but you have to put in the bundle code. And yes, and if you want subtler colours, you can do what's called stamping off or second generation stamping. So you can, if you do like some pale colours, you can stamp those off. So there we go. Right, please give me a thumbs up on the way out, friends. Thank you so much for watching and cheering me on. I get such a buzz from seeing how much you enjoy watching these and interacting and everything. So please do also head to Artful Stampin' Space to share anything that you've made. I know some of you are heading to your craft rooms. Miss Heidi, you're up now. No more going back to bed. You're going to have a play doing this. So, right. Take care, everybody. See you all soon.